Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, bolo Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare, Nitai. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Bhakti Pavana, Gaura Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hariba, 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 Hariba. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Privajagacharya Ashtottara Satasri Srimatis Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namachara Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Nuga Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Gaura Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Reading from Madhya Leela, Chapter 2, Text 8. Sachitanandamaya Krishnera Swarupa Ateva Swarupa Shakti Hoyati Narupa. Originally, Lord Krishna is Sachitananda Vigraha, the transcendental form of eternity, bliss and knowledge. Therefore, his personal potency, the internal potency, has three different forms. Anandamshe Hladini Sadamshe Sandhini Chidamshe Samvityare Jnana Karimani. Hladini is his aspect of bliss, Sandhini of eternal existence, and Samvit of cognizance, which is also accepted as knowledge. Hladini Sandhini Samvit Tvayi Eka Sarva Samshaye Hladataapakuri Mishra Tvayi Naguna Varjite. My dear Lord, you are the transcendental reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Your pleasure potency, existence potency, and knowledge potency are actually all one internal spiritual potency. The conditioned soul, although actually spiritual, sometimes experiences pleasure, sometimes pain, and sometimes a mixture of pain and pleasure. This is due to his being touched by matter. But because you are above all material qualities, these are not found in you. Your superior spiritual potency is completely transcendental, and for you there is no such thing as relative pleasure, pleasure mixed with pain, or pain itself. This is a quotation from Vishnu Purana. Krishna ke ahlade tate nam ahladini se shakti dware sukha aswade apani. The potency called Hladini gives Krishna transcendental pleasure. Through his pleasure potency, Krishna personally tastes all spiritual pleasure. Sukha Rupa Krishna Kare Sukha Aswadana Bhakta Gane Sukha Dite Hladini Karana. Lord Krishna tastes all kinds of transcendental happiness, although he himself is happiness personified. The pleasure relished by his pure devotees is also manifested by his pleasure potency. Hladini rasara amshatara prema nama ananda chinmaya rasa premera akhyana. The most essential part of this pleasure potency is called love of Godhead, prema. Consequently, the explanation of love of Godhead is also a transcendental mellow full of pleasure. Premera paramasara mahabhava jani se mahabhava rupa radhika thakurani. The essential part of love of Godhead is called mahabhava, transcendental ecstasy. That ecstasy is represented by Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki tayorapi ubayor madhye radhika sarvatadhika mahabhava swarupeyam guner ativarishyasi. Among the gopis of Vrindavana, Srimati Radharani and another gopi are considered chief. But when we compare the gopis, it appears that Srimati Radharani is most important because the real feature expresses the highest ecstasy of love. The ecstasy of love experienced by the other gopis cannot be compared to that of Srimati Radharani. Purport, this is a quotation from Srila Rupa Goswami's Ujjvala Neelamani. Premera Swarupa Deha Prema Vibhavita Krishnera Preyasi Sreshta Jagate Vidita. The body of Srimati Radharani is a veritable transformation of love of Godhead. She is the dearmost friend of Krishna, and this is known throughout the world. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavithabhis Thabir Eva Nijarupataya Kalabhi Goloka Eva Nivasati Akilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamahang Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord who resides in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency, Hladini. Their companions are her confidants, who embody extensions of her bodily form and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful spiritual rasa. This is a quotation from Brahma Samhita. Shri Mahabhava Hoya Chintamani Sara Krishna Vancha Purna Karege Karyatandra. That supreme ecstasy of Srimati Radharani is the essence of spiritual life. Her only business is to fulfill all the desires of Krishna. Mahabhava Chintamani Radha Raswarupa Lalitadi Sakhi Tandra Kaya Vyuha Rupa. Srimati Radhika is the topmost spiritual gem, and the other gopis, Lalita, Vishaka and so on, are expansions of her spiritual body. Radha Prati Krishna Sneha Sugandhi Udvartana Tate Ati Sugandhi Deha Ujjvala Varna. Srimati Radharani's transcendental body is brilliant in luster and full of all transcendental fragrance. Lord Krishna's affection for her is like a perfumed massage. Purport, Sugandhi Udvartana refers to a paste made of several perfumes and fragrant oils. This paste is massaged all over the body, and in this way the body's dirt and perspiration are removed. Srimati Radharani's body is automatically perfumed, but when her body is massaged with the scented paste of Lord Krishna's affection, her entire body is doubly perfumed and made brilliant and lustrous. This is the beginning of Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami's description of Srimati Radharani's transcendental body. This description, found in verses 165-181, is based on a book by Srila Raghunath Dasa Goswami known as Premam Bhoja Maranda. Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura translation of the original Sanskrit reads as follows. The love of the gopis for Krishna is full of transcendental ecstasy. It appears to be a brilliant jewel and enlightened by such a transcendental jewel. Radharani's body is further perfumed and decorated with kunkuma. In the morning her body is bathed in the nectar of compassion. In the afternoon in the nectar of youth. And in the evening in the nectar of luster itself. In this way the bathing is performed and her body becomes as brilliant as the Chintamani jewel. She is dressed in various kinds of silken garments, and one of which is her natural shyness. Her beauty is more and more enhanced, being decorated with the red kunkuma of beauty itself and the blackish musk of conjugal love. Thus her body is decorated with different colors. Her ornaments embody the natural symptoms of ecstasy, trembling, tears, jubilation, stunning, perspiration, faltering of the voice, bodily redness, madness and dullness. In this way her entire body is bedecked with these 9 different jewels. Over and above this, the beauty of her body is enhanced by her transcendental qualities, which constitute the flower garland hanging on her body. The ecstasy of love for Krishna is known as Dhira and Adhira, sober and restless. Such ecstasy constitutes the covering of Srimati Radharani's body, and it is adorned by camphor. A transcendental anger towards Krishna is embodied as the arrangement of the hair on her head, and the tilaka of a great fortune shines on her beautiful forehead. Srimati Radharani's earrings are the holy names of Krishna as well as the hearing of his name and fame. Her lips are always reddish due to the betel nut of ecstatic affection for Krishna. The black ointment round her eyes is her tricky behavior with Krishna brought about by love. Her joking with Krishna and gentle smiling constitute the camphor which she is perfumed. She sleeps in her room with the aroma of pride. And when she lies down in her bed, the transcendental variety of her loving ecstasies is like a bejeweled locket in the midst of her necklace and separation. Her transcendental breasts are covered by her sari in the form of affection and anger towards Krishna. She has a stringed instrument known as the Kachapi Veena, which is the fame and fortune that actually dries up the faces and breasts of other gopis. She always keeps her hands on the shoulder of a gopi friend who represents her youthful beauty. And although she is highly qualified with so many spiritual assets, she is nonetheless affected by the Cupid known as Krishna. Thus she is defeated. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami offers his respectful obeisance to Srimati Radharani, taking a straw in his mouth. Indeed, he prays, O Gandharvika Srimati Radharani, just as Lord Krishna never rejects a surrendered soul, please don't reject me. This is a summary translation of Premam Bhoja Maranda, which Kaviraj Goswami quotes. I'm sure you understood all of that very well. How Radharani is decorated and how she is made up. So therefore we shall continue more. Karunyamatra bharaya jna snana prathama Tarunyamrita dharaya snana madhyama. Srimati Radharani takes her first bath in the shower of the nectar of compassion, and she takes her second bath in the nectar of youth. Purport: Srimati Radharani first smears her body with the paste of affection for Krishna. She then takes her bath in the water of mercy. After passing the Pauganda age from 5 to 10 years, Srimati Radharani first appears as mercy. The second bath is taken at noon in the water of Tarunyamrita, or the nectar of youth. This is the actual expression of her new youthfulness. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanavitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Radharani is a very top, high-class, exotic topic. I am personally feeling very unqualified to be speaking. But today is Srimati Radharani's appearance day, her birthday, Radhashtami, that we are celebrating. So, we shall speak and recollect a few words on who is Radharani. In this material world, it is very difficult to understand who is Radharani. It's impossible to understand. But if a person has a little bit of devotion to Krishna, he may uncover a little bit of understanding. It is mentioned that Krishna, Ekali Ishwara Krishna Ara Sabha Britya. There is only one Supreme Lord Krishna. Everybody else is below him as a servant. But it is also mentioned that the Lord, in order to enjoy, he expanded. Eko Bahu Shyama. He became many. Because you can enjoy on your own. Not that Krishna cannot enjoy, even that he can do. But he desired to have many. And from him came Balarama, his first expansion. And from Balarama came the Chaturvyuha, Sankarshna, Pradyumna, Niruddha, Vasudeva. And from that Sankarshna came Narayana, Adi Narayana. From that Narayana came another Chaturvyuha, Sankarshna, Pradyumna, Niruddha, Vasudeva. And from that second Sankarshna again came the three Vishnus, Vishnus to Trini Rupani. In this way the material world was created from Mahavishnu. Etecha amsa kala pumshak krishnastu bhagavan swayam. From Krishna, amsha, then kala, like this many branches. And that is Vishnu. And he creates the entire material world. And in the material world there are many conditioned souls who desire to come to the material world. And they want to enjoy matter in forgetfulness of Krishna. So they are given a facility for enjoying Krishna, matter. This is the situation we are in. Inside that material world, we are all sitting down. And we are trying to understand who is Radharani. It's not an easy thing to understand. As conditioned souls, Baddha Jiva, very, very difficult conditioned situation that we are in. So only by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, only by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, only by the mercy of a pure devotee of the Lord may we get some understanding, or try to get. So we are trying to do that a little bit, and we are hoping that we may not be in any way wrong and we may get the understanding. So that's why we are reading from Prabhupada's purports and trying to understand. So here is a description of Radharani. From Krishna's one side is Balarama, the other side came Radharani. Because Krishna desired to enjoy. So Eko Bahusham, many living entities, liberated living entities are also there in the spiritual world. Narayana, Supreme Personality of Godhead, that Ramakeshwa, Madhava, Narayana, Achyuta, and so many different expansions of Narayana in the spiritual world. There are all spiritual personalities, liberated personalities in association with the Lord. Krishna is supremely independent, and in that Vaikuntha is Goloka Vrindavana, and there is Krishna situated there, the Supreme. In that place is Nanda, Yashoda, Gopis and Gopas, his family members, his very close associates, and that is described in Brahma Samhita very well. And there Krishna enjoys the topmost pleasure. He enjoys in the association of his pure devotees in Goloka. And his enjoyment is also built into many different types of enjoyments. In rasa. All these are, we see it as one when we don't want to understand or we cannot understand. We just say Krishna consciousness, we say bhakti, we say love of Godhead. But actually there are various smaller and smaller, finer and finer divisions. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva, Sara, Bhava Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Leela Tattva, Ara. All of these 6 things are different. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva, Bhava Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Leela Tattva. They are all different truths, understanding. Rasa, then there is Bhava. And here it is described that Radharani in Prema, in the Hladini potency of the Lord which he has manifested, in that the topmost thing is love of Godhead, prema. And in prema, the highest is Mahabhava. And that Mahabhava manifestation is Radharani. Right? So, Shaktiman is Krishna and his energy, Hladini Shaktis, potencies, that is manifested as Radharani. Now this does not mean ordinary type of things that we classify. Energy is different from the energetic is a personality, the energy is not personal and all that. That is in the material world. In the spiritual world there is no difference between the energy and the energetic. Both are spiritual and both are personal. That is why in the Vishnu Purana, living entities are also classified as energy. We are also part of the energy of the Lord. It's a very different distinction. So, Krishna's supreme pleasure potency, Hladini Shakti, in that is manifested Radharani. And that personality Radharani is appearance day to day. When she appeared in the material world, Radharani appeared to Vrishabhanu Maharaja and Kalavati. So, born means not the way we are born, obviously. Appeared because of wanting to serve Krishna. So Radharani is made of Krishna consciousness. So she is called Krishna Mayi, made of Krishna throughout. That's why when you read here, you will see she bathes in this, you're completely stunned. What you bathe in? Dirty water. Now you can't get pure water also. What water you drink, what you bathe in is very gross substances. As your consciousness increases and you become purified, and then you come to a greater stage of being liberated completely from anything material, then beyond that develop Krishna Bhakti. And then in Krishna Bhakti you advance further and further and enjoy in these rasa and bhava. Then you will understand what is a bath with mercy. What is a bath with love and affection for Krishna. Like that, what is a bath? Then you can understand. These are all actually the way it is. But that's why I said it's very difficult for us to understand. Because it's very super duper high class, exotic prema that we are talking about. We are all trying to be Krishna conscious. We are very heavily materially conscious. At every moment when we sit down, we are thinking of lot of material things. There's a meaning of material consciousness. We are constantly worried about what happened to that, what happened to this, let me check up the WhatsApp message. Shall I give him this message? We have to buy this, we have to buy that. We are constantly thinking of many things which are quite material. Sometimes we are thinking of those things which are connected with Krishna as a seva. That time we are saved. That is why devotional service is very important. Because at least we will worry about it, we will think about it, we will plan about it, we will execute it. In this way, somehow your thinking, feeling, willing and all will become for Krishna. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki. It will become for Krishna. Because you have the habit of constantly thinking about these things. When we think about Krishna and for Krishna we are doing something, we are benefited. That becomes purification. Right? So our mind is filled like this. So imagine that your mind is constantly thinking of Krishna and how to serve him only. Not thinking about yourself or anything for that matter. This is Krishna consciousness. Radharani is 100% thinking of this only. That's why she is called Krishna Mayi. Made out of Krishna. Thoughts of Krishna. Consciousness of Krishna. She's made out of that. So you can imagine whom are we talking about. That's why we cannot talk about. Even Shukadeva Goswami in the Bhagavatam, though according to Lord Chaitanya that the Bhagavatam points to Radharani, the gopis and the exalted devotion, you will see that even Shukadeva Goswami never mentioned the word Radharani with his mouth, because he found I am unqualified to even mention Radharani's name. Anayaradito nunam. There is one gopi, Anaya Aradito Nunam. She is definitely the best worshipper. Aradhana means worshipper of the Lord. And he indirectly mentioned like that. The word Radharani he did not say. Anaya Aradhito. Like nobody else she worshipped. Means she is very special in her worship. And he indicated Radharani. He indicated Radharani, the best of the gopis. So we read this verse here, says, Radharani's love for Krishna is not like anybody else. Very special. Not even like the other gopis. Amongst the gopis of Vrindavana, Srimati Radharani and another gopi are considered chief. But when we compare the gopis, it appears that Srimati Radharani is most important because her real feature expresses the highest ecstasy of love. The ecstasy of love experienced by the other gopis cannot be compared to that of Srimati Radharani. Supreme love. So therefore she gives the maximum pleasure to Krishna. Somebody will ask, because she loves Krishna so much, how she gives Krishna pleasure? This is the secret of bhakti. In the material world, if we love somebody very much, it means we want to enjoy that person. That's why we love him. That person has got something for my sense gratification, therefore I love you very much. Because you give me great pleasure. You give me great pleasure. Therefore I love you. We miss this point actually. When the Bhagavatam Prabhupada says, affection is sense gratification. It struck me very much. You enjoy affection. With your children, with your friends, with your siblings, with your parents, with your spouse. You actually enjoy. You're the person who's enjoying. It's very stunning. This is opposite. I don't want to enjoy. I want Krishna to enjoy. Very high class service mode. 100% service. I don't want anything. If I am dressing myself, I am thinking of Krishna, he will like this. He will like to see me like this. And I am not thinking, I am looking very beautiful. Everybody will look at me and they will all feel how beautiful she is. In this way I will feel very happy. This thought itself is not there. This is the opposite. It's a complete opposite of what we think in the material world. That is why you can't speak about devotion of the Vrindavana Vasis, especially gopis and Radharani, without actually understanding what it means. Nothing like what we do. This is why, because of our love for Krishna, Krishna is controlled by Radharani. So it is mentioned, you will see every day, Radha-Ashtami lecture of Prabhupada, you see many times, he will speak about the greatness of Krishna. In the Radha-Ashtami lecture, he speaks about greatness. This is in, I heard the lecture in 1960s. Radha-Ashtami Day, Prabhupada is speaking about the greatness of Krishna, and then he is adding, this great Krishna is controlled by this person called Radharani. He stops the lecture there. Then you know how great is Radharani. That's how. So it's a question of love. It is the opposite of what we do in the material world. That's why it's difficult to understand. Right? It's completely offering oneself 100%. in service to Krishna, in full love of Krishna. That is why Krishna is controlled. Krishna is the supreme. From him only came Radharani. But the love of Radharani for Krishna controls Krishna. This is amazing. The energy of the Lord, manifestation, personalized energy of the Lord, in the form of Ladini Shakti and in the form of Prema and in that Mahabhava, the manifestation of personality of Mahabhava, Radharani, she will control Krishna. This is the way Krishna can be controlled. Krishna cannot be controlled in any other way, like Duryodhana is thinking, like Ravana is thinking, like Hiranyakashipu is thinking. That you can never control Krishna like that. He will finish you in no time. But on the other side, when Krishna comes in the Rasa Leela, the gopis are singing Gopika Geetam, sitting on the bank of the Yamuna and singing very nicely, thinking about Krishna so intensely and feeling great pleasure thinking about the greatest object of love, Krishna, Vishaya. And at that time Krishna appears from within the forest. He reappears to them. He disappeared in the Rasa Leela. And then they all become extremely happy seeing Krishna again. And Krishna expresses that your love for me is so great, is so high, that in my treasury I don't have anything to equate with that. In my treasury, the most valuable thing I have is not as good as this. So I am defeated. You have something greater than I have, because you are expressing your love for me. And naturally it is so high and so great that I can't compete with that. Therefore you are greater. So he says, you be satisfied with this only. I have nothing more to give you. In this way the gopis, because of their love of Krishna, they became great. And the chief among them is Radharani. Now you understand to some extent who is Radharani. Radharani is not that female lady next to Krishna. Very simple understanding. Avanga yaru? Girlfriend. Prabhupada is actually mentioned in his. Who is this girlfriend of Krishna, you may ask? In America he is saying. No. So, this is why we should understand properly. This is why Radha-Krishna worship is the topmost worship. Radharani is the greatest worshipper of Krishna. So worshipping Radharani and Krishna is the greatest worship. There is no greater worship. So in the Gaudiya Sampradaya you will see we don't only worship Krishna. We will always worship Krishna with Radharani, his topmost pleasure energy. And we are inviting Radha and Krishna to our temple. This Radharani we are inviting. Please come. We are very ignorant, foolish people who don't know your greatness. We don't know anything much about even Krishna. About ourselves also we don't know. But somehow we have some information from the books of Prabhupada, and we are trying to do some seva. And we desire and know this is the topmost worship. And we like to worship you in that form of Radha-Krishna. In this way, we have a very slim chance that it will be granted. But if you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, very sincerely without offenses, then we may be heard by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna combined together. I told you Krishna became separated as Radha and Krishna. But in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu you will see Radha and Krishna joined together again as a personality, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why you cannot speak about Radharani without speaking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya came in the mood of Radharani, in the complexion of Radharani. So Radharani's mood is very merciful, full of love for Krishna, filled with service attitude. Filled with service attitude. This is very important to know. What is that sentiment of service attitude? Today, this is the prayer we should offer to Radharani, to actually become filled with that proper attitude of service. You see, when we perform devotional service, the way we accept devotional service is very important. Then only we can render devotional service in that way, in that mood. I told you Bhava Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Prema Tattva Sara. There is Tattva behind the Bhava you have. Radharani's Bhava is completely filled with service mood. Service means 100% service, not part-time service, not little service sometime, not when I am free I will do seva. It's not the way it is. We advertise it like that, at least for some time at least you do some seva. Please come and do some seva. So Radharani is full-time, not only seva, full-time service attitude, 100%, and 100% Krishna conscious. All these things happening simultaneously. So, we can learn and get inspired that when we do a seva for the Lord, it is very special. Everybody cannot serve the Supreme Absolute Truth. And that too, to serve the Supreme Absolute Truth in love, in bhakti, is another level. You can do some seva. My consciousness is not so high, now I'll do some seva, give some money. I will give some time. What do you want me to do? Put garlands. Okay, I did. I give some time or I give money. This is how we do seva. I may not be fully in the bhava of seva, but I can give my time, I can give my money. But to be in love of Krishna and to serve Him, it will take a long time for me. Take a very long time for me. And to like to do seva for Krishna and out of love for Krishna you do it, that's the goal of life. So you can imagine Radharani, at least theoretically a little bit, that she is fully absorbed in love of Krishna, in Mahabhava, ecstasy. And in that ecstasy she is serving Krishna. So unless these examples are given to us, we will not understand what is Krishna consciousness, where we should go and where are we. So we will just discuss a little bit about seva and service attitude. In the morning it is Bhagavatam class, so I will speak tattva and philosophy. In the afternoon maybe we'll hear some katha. So for devotees seriously practicing Krishna consciousness and chanting Hare Krishna, it's very important to know the philosophy, the theology, the science of Krishna. Right? It's important to know. So why we are worshipping Radharani? We want to become servants of Krishna in pure love and serve Krishna's devotees. That's what we think. We don't think like Radharani and serve Krishna. We will think we want to be servant of the servant of the servant of the servants. Tvat-britya britya paricharaka britya britya brittasya britya itimam shmaralokanat. Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayora Dasa Dasa Anudasa. This is our underlying mood. Who am I? I don't have any devotion. I don't have any understanding properly even about myself. Who am I? I don't know properly. But somehow I am getting an opportunity to render seva to Krishna. And I have read in the Bhagavatam, in the Bhagavad Gita, that seva is great. So I am doing. I am very happy that I got an opportunity to do seva. Appreciating the greatness of service to Krishna, which is very, very rare, and getting an opportunity to do seva to Krishna. That appreciation is the beginning. Thank you very much, I got an opportunity to serve. It is not that we simply write it. We should actually feel it. We should actually feel it. We should start practicing feeling and emotion in the things that we know, connecting up knowledge with feeling and emotion, and then performing with that feeling and emotion. Then you will become fully Krishna conscious. This is what we can learn from Radharani's seva. In the Adi Purana, Krishna is telling Arjuna that he's thinking of the gopis, and he's saying, you know, Arjuna, the gopis dress themselves so nicely, all the time thinking of pleasing me. Do you know this? He's asking Arjuna. He's thinking of the gopis. He himself is enamored by the fact that they can do this. Bhakti can work like this. My devotee can do like this. All the time the gopis are dressing themselves up, making themselves up for pleasing Krishna only. Not for pleasing themselves. Not for pleasing anybody else. Only for pleasing Krishna. And Krishna is speaking about it to Arjuna. Speaking about it to Arjuna. That's why it's very important to know the mood, the bhava. We should also develop the desire to please Krishna. I am serving to please Krishna. If Krishna is pleased, if 10 people speak against me, if another 20,000 go against me, if the whole world goes against me, but if Krishna is pleased, I'll be happy to do it. I'll be very happy to do it. The criterion is to please Krishna. This is the basic. You'll see repeatedly Prabhupada is saying, you must do to please Krishna. You must perform to please Krishna. What is pleasing to Krishna? Not what is pleasing to me. Not what is comfortable to me. Not what is, something that I like to do. But what is pleasing to Krishna? Tallabhyate sukhavat anyat kalena sarvatra gabhiriram hasa. Very nicely explained. Varnashrama and all that is meant to satisfy Vishnu. And a devotee directly worshipping and got an opportunity to serve the Lord means we want the Lord to be pleased by our service. This pleasing of the service in between is Radharani. Through her only the service will go to Krishna. So Prabhupada explained in a conversation very nicely. Today is Radhashtami, and whatever Radharani recommends, Krishna will accept. For that there are so many wonderful leelas and stories. Whatever Radharani recommends, Krishna will accept. So if we can please Radharani by our service to Krishna, she will recommend you to Krishna. That's it. Then you don't need any other type of effort. If you can please Radharani, and how will Radharani get pleased? Radharani will get pleased if you are also helping her to serve Krishna. So if you look at this now, okay, I will go to Vrindavana, I will, go there and serve Radharani like that. We may be thinking, and many people think directly I have to go to Vrindavana and sit there and do. It's good, no doubt, it's mentioned in the Shastra. But the way Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has crafted From anywhere in the world you can please Radharani by service to Krishna. The chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare is the foremost activity that pleases Radharani. Very much. You will read in the Bhagavatam that the gopis do Harinam Sankirtana, chanting the names of Krishna. Various names of Krishna they will chant. Oh Krishna, Keshava, Madhava, Madana Murari, they will, in full love they will be chanting. You must understand that they are fully in love, not ordinary romance. This is absorption, total absorption. In the material world, it's easy for us to become lusty and become absorbed. Matter, lust, absorption. But we are talking about prema, absorption in love of Godhead, directly opposite. So the Chaitanya Charitamrita says one is iron, one is gold. Rusted iron. And the other one is pure gold. So, we have the opportunity to request Srimati Radharani that I may also have that mood of service, the mood to please Krishna. And many times it will not be very comfortable for you. This is the way to please Krishna, but I don't like to do that. It will be difficult for me to do that. We know that we don't have the capacity, spiritual, devotional capacity to be able to please the Lord. This is what is Krishna consciousness. You should see the barometer of how much capacity you have to please Krishna unconditionally. That is what we can request from Radharani. When you see Prabhupada traveling 70 years old in a cargo ship, nobody to look after him, alone. Somebody gave free ticket, go in the goods train. Will you go in the goods train with all the goods around you and the 2-3 chambers that's there and go? You know how the goods train is? It keeps on going, gata, 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 very long. It's not meant for carrying human beings. But if you, what to do, you don't have any money and somebody gives you a place there, sit in a corner there and will go. This is how Prabhupada went. Prabhupada is going to America in a goods ship, cargo ship. Very few people in that. He is going in that. You must be thinking, Enaya, koncham prestige, dignity unimelia. At least give me a place to. He didn't ask anything. Whatever you desire, Krishna. I am yours, very small, insignificant servant. You can use me how you want. I am your puppet. I'll dance like how you want me to dance. This is the meaning of, I want to please you. Whatever you want, you can do with me. I simply want you to be pleased with my seva. Tell me what I should do. No conditions. No conditions. This is the seva of Srimati Radharani. Why she is able to do that? She is fully in love with Krishna. When you are in love with Krishna, it is easy to serve without any condition. When you are not in love with Krishna, you have 10,000 conditions. I will do seva if you do like this, like this. So Krishna is saying, okay, at least like that you do. At least like that you do. That is called Varnashrama. Varnashrama means, under these conditions I can serve Vishnu. Okay, under these conditions you serve. Then gradually you will feel love of Krishna. Without these conditions also I will serve. I will offer everything to Krishna. Like that, slowly, slowly you go ahead. All this is discussed in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna to Arjuna. Different types of, in Karma Yoga chapter, in the 3rd and the 5th chapter you will see. And then in the 7th chapter it culminates in pure devotion. All these different shades of service. So Radharani is 100% pure seva and full of love for Krishna. We want to reach that position. Like Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I am happy, ready to take a journey when I am 70 years old, standing with a walking stick in my hand. and I'm willing to suffer 2 heart attacks, still I'm very enthusiastic to serve Krishna. That too in foreign lands, where I don't know anything about anything. And I land up there with 40 rupees in my pocket. It's okay, I want to please you. None of these material conditions will affect my desire to serve you. Right? So Srimati Radharani will be very pleased with Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Yes or no? Yeah. No conditions. However you want, I am here to serve you. This is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Prataparudra and said, Burida Jana Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibiriditam Kalmashapaham Shavana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvigrinanti Ye Burida Jana. So these devotees of the Lord are like this. They do the greatest good to human society by teaching them this mood of seva. How nectarian seva is, how relishable seva to Krishna is, especially when you don't think anything about yourself, fully sacrifice yourself, remain completely surrendered to the Lord and say, however you want me to serve you, I will do that. That mood will purify you. And when you're ready to do that, it's a great austerity in the material world to do that. So Radharani is the epitome, the zenith of this type of a bhava, service mood with full love of Krishna. You see? And she's also very kind and merciful to devotees. Different types of situations that devotees are in, she always blesses them to achieve love of Krishna. So, this is a brief understanding of Radha Tattva. Who is Radharani? And today we can pray to Srimati Radharani to actually accept us in her fold as servants of Krishna. And we can request her an opportunity to serve her. Invite her to Kovai Chandra temple and we will be able to offer our services. This is a serious thing. This is important for us to actually make a request to Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamamayi Hari Priye. It is not that Radharani is always very serious in devotional service. What all Maharaj spoke now are very serious, it looks like. No, people who serve Krishna become very light because Krishna is pleased and they are in love with Krishna. They are very happy and light. Radharani is also extremely happy and very in great ecstasy of love of Krishna. And in that ecstasy of love of Krishna, Krishna does leelas with Radharani. That's why you will see there are, if you go to Vrindavana, you will see it is the place of Radharani. Vrindavaneshwari. The queen of Vrindavana is more important than the king of Vrindavana. In Vrindavana, king is not given importance. The queen is given importance because of this seva. And Krishna is very happy to become a servant of Radharani because she is like this. So there are stories and leelas where out of consultation, Krishna will come and say, what seva I can do in the kingdom of Radharani. And Lalita will say, thus you have to wait in the queue, we'll find out and tell you. And then she'll go and consult and discuss with Radharani. He will become another guard, like a peon, like a sevadari. He will be given a position like that. amongst all the other gopis. He also one of the servant like that. And he'd say, I'm very happy to be in this position of service. In this way, in the kingdom of Vrindavaneshwari, Krishna also will approach for seva. Why? Krishna is very attracted by the seva, by the love of Radharani. So in this way, exotic pastimes, very exotic pastimes. This is how we can understand. Here it is mentioned that the most essential part of this pleasure potency, Srimati Radharani takes her first bath in the shower of the nectar of compassion, and she takes her second bath in the nectar of youth. Srimati Radharani's affection for Krishna is her upper garment, which is pinkish in color. She then covers her breasts with another garment composed of affection and anger towards Krishna. Srimati Radharani's personal beauty is the reddish powder known as kunkuma. Her affection for her associates is sandalwood pulp, and the sweetness of her smile is camphor. All these combined together are smeared over her body. Conjugal love for Krishna is an abundance of musk, and with that musk her whole body is decorated. Craftiness and covered anger constitute the arrangement of her hair. The quality of anger due to jealousy is the silk garment covering her body. Her attachment for Krishna is a reddish color of betel nuts on her brilliant lips. Her double dealings in loving affairs constitute the black ointment around her eyes. The ornaments decorating her body are the blazing ecstasies of goodness and the constantly existing ecstasies, headed by jubilation. All these ecstasies are the ornaments all over her body. The tilaka of good fortune is on her beautiful broad forehead. Her various loving affairs are gem, and her heart is the locket. In this way, we can understand the exotic understanding of the personality of Radharani. So, all these great personalities, acharyas, they are all, because of their devotion to Krishna, are able to interact with Radharani. If you read the Goswami's Pastimes, you will see in that how Rupa Goswami is describing Radharani and her hair plaited, nicely plaited down with beautiful decoration and everything. So when she rides in the swing, when she's swinging, that plate goes like this, like a snake. So he described it like a snake. And Sanatana Goswami, he read that and he said, how can you say it's like a snake? Snake is some low class jandu. So it is not nice. How can it be like a snake, you're telling? Radharani's plate, hair must be so. So Radharani wanted to show to Sanatana Goswami, no, what Rupa Goswami is saying is correct. It's like a snake, only it will shake on the back. She want to show. So she get on the swing and she will swing. And Sanatana Goswami has darshan. And he says, what is this, like a snake? And he says, is Radharani swinging on the thing? It is like a snake. Oh, Rupa Goswami, what he wrote is correct. It is like a snake. And he becomes so happy and he goes to Rupa Goswami and says, what you told is correct. Your description is correct. In this way, Radharani is interacting. She comes and cooks sweet rice for Rupa Goswami. And it will be extremely sweet. And as soon as I take one bit of it, an ecstasy of love of Godhead. So you can imagine how great these Goswamis are, that she comes and cooks sweet rice for them. And offered to Krishna, they take it. And one small drop of it will drive him into ecstasy. Same way Raghunath Das Goswami is so absorbed in writing, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction, and completely absorbed in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, that he is not bothered about the climate, the sun shining and he's sweating and everything. So because he's so absorbed, Radharani comes and takes her pallav and holds it as a shade on top of him, because he is writing in the sun. But he is so absorbed he does not know. So seeing that, Sanatana Goswami will say, she is holding, using her sari pallav and holding for Raghunath Das Goswami. This is very bad. Why doesn't he build a small kutir? What is wrong in getting a kutir? So he comes and tells, do you know what is happening? Do you know that Radharani came and did this for you? I did not know. See, it's very bad for us. We should not take seva from Radharani. She is supposed to serve only Krishna. So if you force her like this, you are serving Krishna, she will come and assist you like this. So Raghunath Das Goswami felt very bad. Immediately he built kutir and he stayed underneath it. This is the meaning of, for pleasing Krishna I will stay in a kutir. For not disturbing Radharani I will stay in a kutir. But for me I don't need a kutir. My staying in the kutiram is also seva. My sleeping in the night is seva. My eating is seva. For a pure devotee of the Lord, all his activities become like that. If it pleases Krishna, I will eat. If it pleases Krishna, I will take rest. So Krishna is coming and telling, no, you do like this. Because Krishna himself will come and protect Raghunath Das Goswami, because tigers and wild animals are coming to take water and drink. At the time Krishna will come and protect. In case attacks, I will protect Raghunath Das Goswami. Krishna is ready with his weapon. That also will be seen by Sanatana Goswami and say, see, we did not come here to take service from Krishna and Radharani. We came here to serve. So if you don't look after yourself properly, they will have to look after you, which is very bad. So you must look after yourself. So looking after yourself becomes a seva for Krishna. This is the meaning of, in Bhagavad Gita you will see, Sthita prajnat chaka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadir muniruchyate. Arjuna is asking, who is the type of a devotee? How does he walk? How does he talk? What does he do? He does everything for Krishna only. Nothing to do with my enjoyment. So this lesson we can learn. Sometimes we have to do seva that we don't like to do, but we must do. It will push us up in our devotional service. You see, this is why Radharani's mercy is on those people who do those type of difficult sevas, which they cannot do, don't like to do, but I have to do because I am being told by my guru to do. That's what Prabhupada did. Go to the Western world and preach. That's all he told. Go to the West and preach. And that's what was told. Nowadays, if you tell, go and do this, say, where is the money? Where is the people? I need to be in good health. I need this facility, I need that facility. I need to do a big homa yajna for that everything will happen nicely. I need this, I need that, and still after giving everything also, I am not feeling well. I am not in the good mood. So difficult to do. Especially if it is seva for Krishna. So, I said that we should ask of Radharani, whatever pleases Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, whatever his mission entails, use me as an instrument to contribute to that. And give us the capacity, the energy, the enthusiasm to perform it. This could be a prayer that we could request today. Srimati Radharani ki, Radhashtami Mahotsavam ki, Nittai Guru Premanande. What's the program now?
We start Kirtan 10 o'clock.
No, it is only 9:38.
Hare Krishna, Sri Radha-Krishna Mohotsavaki. ஒரு முக்கியமான அறிவிப்பு. இன்று ராதாஷ்டமி உற்சவ வைபவ திருநாள் அன்று ஸ்ரீமதி ராதாராணியினுடைய சேவையில் ஸ்ரீ ராதாகிருஷ்ணருக்கு கலசாபிஷேகத்திற்கான ஏற்பாடு செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கு. இந்த கலசாபிஷேகத்திற்கு நன்கொடைகளை வாங்கிய கலெக்டர்ஸ், டிவோட்டீஸ், காங்கிரிகேஷன் மெம்பர்ஸ் தயவு செய்து ஆஃபீஸில் போய் அதற்கு உண்டான முறையான ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் செய்து அந்த கார்டு, ஐடி கார்டு அதை வாங்கிக்கணும். முன்பு இந்த ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் டேபிள் நுழைவாசல்லே ஏற்பாடு செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கு. பக்தர்கள் இருக்காங்க. தயவு செய்து தயங்காம